Okay, so when buying, you don't have to own 100 shares of stock. So I'll take you an example. We have SQ. It's $166 per share, right? So if we go to buy single, right? So let's say we want one contract, right? So typically, if you needed to buy 100 shares, which for buying you don't, selling you do, buying you don't. 100 shares times 166, that'd be like $16,000, right? One contract right here. How much is it going to cost you? Total cost, $300. So to get one contract of SQ, which is $166 stock, it's going to cost you $335. That's it. It's going to cost you $300 to get one contract buying of SQ. So it's not that much money. You don't need that much to start making a lot of profits, right? And so basically, how do we get this? So if you look at the ask price here, right, it says 3.35. So 3.35 times 100 is 335. That's how they're getting the cost of the trade. But you're not actually buying 100 shares. You don't own stock in the company. You're buying a contract. So your one contract, again, $300. That's it. That's buying, right? Now if you're selling, right, so now we're going to change the single spread to covered stock, which basically automatically means that you're buying 100 shares and selling a contract. Well, 100 shares per contract. So you can buy multiple contracts, and then I'll just multiple hundreds of shares if you have that money. Okay, anyway, so we have 166 is the current price. So we want to go. So let's say I'll do strike price at 170. Okay. So if I do the strike at 170, right, we're buying 100 shares, and we're selling one contract. Here's the shares, stock. Here's the contract, the weekly, right? So selling one contract, buying 100 shares. You cannot sell something that you don't own. Buying, we're buying contracts, right? Selling, you have to buy 100 shares in order to sell one contract. You can't sell something you don't own. Okay? So now, if we look at it, how much is it going to cost us? $16,000 to sell one contract. Why? Because you need to buy 100 shares. 100 shares times 166 is about 16,600. I don't know why there's like a whatever. Anyway, so it's going to cost you $16,000, right, to make this trade, to sell one contract. Why? Because you have to buy 100 shares. So this is selling. This is when you're selling options. When you're buying options, as we saw, it was only 300. We bought one contract, and it cost us 300. Here, it costs you $16,000. That's significantly more. So, and that's just to sell one contract. So really, the way you start up investing is you have to start buying, because that's how you're going to start building your portfolio before you can really start selling. Because selling, as you see, you need a lot more money because you have to buy 100 shares of the stock. So that's basically the difference with buying. You do not need to buy 100 shares, and as you saw, just with one contract, you only needed 300 to get into the position, and with selling, you need 16,000. So if you want to sell, let's say you have $2,000, so you can buy a $20 stock, right? And then if you wanted to buy that same thing, it'd probably be like $100 to $200 to get into it. But again, you want to go into stable stocks that are going to go up over time. So that's it.